Hello, good evening, everyone. Let's start with MAH CET 2025 important questions. So, today we have picked a few questions and we are going to see how we are going to approach those questions. Okay, let's see. First question, what does it says? It says that the diameter of a front wheel and that of rear wheel of a cart is 2 meters and 3 meters respectively. Okay, so it's not radius, it is talking about the diameter. The diameter is 2 meters and 3 meters. If the cart travels 1452 meters, what is the difference between number of revolution made by both the wheels of cart? Fair enough. Okay, so let's say what is the circumference of the first one. So first circumference of the first front wheel is going to be the diameter is given, so circumference is given as pi d. Okay, so basically it is going to be pi is 22 by 7, diameter is 2, so it comes out to be 44 by 7. I'm going to write it like this. Let's say it is the front wheel, so CF. The diameter of the rear wheel, the circumference of the rear wheel is 3 meters. So it is going to be pi d, that is 22 by 7 into 3. Okay. And total distance traveled is this. Okay. So the circumference is this. So how many revolution front wheel is going to make? So that is going to be 1452 into, is equal to number of revolutions into circumference. Okay. So it is going to be 2. So this comes out to be how much? 726. Okay, fair enough. Now I can calculate, subtract it, cancel it by 22. So it is going to be what? 22 threes are 22 threes are. Okay. So number of revolutions comes out to be 33 into 7. Now what you can do, you can actually multiply, but I would prefer not to multiply. I'm just going to keep it as it is. So front wheel has made these many revolutions so far. Okay. What about the rear wheel? So 1452 is equal to number of revolutions into 22 by 7 into 3. That is the circumference. Number of revolutions into circumference. Now this comes out to be what? So it is going to be, I'm canceling it out. So it is going to be 66. So rear wheel comes out to be, and this cancellation gives me 22 into 7. Okay, so 22 into 7. This is the difference. Now, this is the revolution. Now, what question is talking about? The question is talking about the difference between both wheels. Okay, so the question is actually talking about NF minus NR. Right. So NF is what? 33 into 7. NR is what? Minus 22 into 7. I am going to take 7 common. So 33 minus 22 is going to be 11. So 11 into 7. So difference comes out to be 77. So answer of this question is going to be 77. If you calculate this value and this value, then it is going to be a little lengthier, but instead of that, you can directly write it like this. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. What does it says? So it says in scheme A, 2,500 is invested at a rate of 12% per annum. Scheme B, X rupees is invested at a rate of 8% per annum. Okay, if the interest earned for the 5 years of the scheme A is 600 more than that of scheme B, then what is the interest earned from the two amounts invested for 5 years? Okay, the question is not talking about compound interest. The question is also not talking about compounding frequency. So if nothing of that sort is given to us, so what we can do, we can assume it's a simple interest. Okay, now rate of interest is what? 12%. We are talking about how many years? 5 years. So in 1 year you are getting 12%. So in 5 years you are going to get 60%. Okay, so I can also calculate simple interest by using the formula, that is P, that is 2,500, R is 12, time is T, that is 5 by 100. So that is also another way, but otherwise we can directly calculate 60% of 2,500. So this value comes out to be 1,500. Okay, So A is getting interest of 1500. How much interest B is getting? The scheme A is getting 600 more than that of B. It means if A is getting 1500, it means B must be getting 900. So total interest earned is going to be 2400. So answer of this question is going to be option A, that is 2400. I don't need to calculate the value of X. I don't care about the interest of X. I am not going to calculate any of those things. So basically what people do, they generally calculate the interest amount from scheme A, then scheme B, then they take the difference, then they calculate the value of X, then they actually calculate the interest amount. But that's not needed. We can directly solve this question because I don't need the value of X. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it say? It says that if each of the sides of a rhombus is increased by 20%, okay, then by what percent the area increases? Okay, let's talk about square, right? So square is a rhombus, yes. So square is a rhombus, and each side of rhombus increased by 20%. Fair enough. So if each side is increased by 20%, then what is going to happen? So let's say initial side of a square is 10 and 10. Later on, the side increases by 20%. So side becomes what? 12. So what is the initial area? That is going to be 10 into 10, 100. What is the final area we are going to have? That is 12 into 12, that is 144. So initial area is 100, final area is 144. So basically the overall percentage increase that we are going to see is going to be 44%. Do we need to do anything about it? Nothing. So simply we can get the answer like this. So if you don't want to do this, what you can do, that we can solve this question by using multiplication factor as well. I think we have already seen it. So area is equal to side square. So side increases by 20%. So basically it is going to be multiplication factor for side is going to be 1.2 because it increased by 20%. So overall value comes out to be 1.44. So multiplication factor for the area is 1.44. So multiply it by 100. So initial area was 100, final area was 144. What is the change we are looking for? That is 44% increase. So this question can be solved by using multiplication factor, or this question can be solved by using by assuming a particular value. Instead of rhombus, if it is any other quadrilateral, eventually the percentage change is going to be same. It won't change, so don't worry about it. Now let's move on to the next one. What does it says? Okay, in a triangle PQR, so this is a question of geometry. So as soon as you see a question of geometry, what you are supposed to do? Always draw the figure. If you are not drawing the figure, then you might not get the answer. So always draw the figure. So PQR is a triangle. Okay, so basically this is P, this we have as Q, this we have as R. Now PS is a perpendicular drawn from P to QR. Okay, so I'm drawing a perpendicular. So this is P and this is S. Okay, this is what we have done. Okay, ST is perpendicular drawn from S to side PQ. Okay, so this is S. From S, I am drawing a perpendicular on side PQ. Okay, if QR, ST and PT are in the ratio of 7:3:4. Okay, so QR is, let's say, 7x. This point is T. This is what? That is 3x. PT is what? 4x. Now, what question is talking about? The question is talking about the ratio of area of triangle PQR. QR is to triangle PST. Okay, so what I can do, I can directly say that this is rejected, this is rejected. Definitely area of PQR is going to be greater than PST. So this is what I know. Now, how I'm going to solve this question. Okay. So I am going to look at PST. So basically, if I'm looking at PST, this side is 3x, this side is 4x, and it is a right angle triangle. So this side is going to be 5x. Okay. Now, what is the area of triangle PQR? That is going to be half into base, that is 7x QR, or into height. Height is what? That is PS. Height is perpendicular. So that is equal to 5x. So this is what we got. Okay. What is the area of triangle PST? So PST is half into base. Base is what? ST, or I can say 3x, into height. Height is what? 4x. So x cancels out, half cancels out. So I'm going to get what? 35:12. So my answer of this question is going to be option A. That's it. Now, second thing, what I can say that instead of solving this, I can directly do one thing over here. And what is it? That if you see, this area is less than half of this area, total area, right? So if this area is half of this total area, it means this also cannot be the answer. So my only answer possible is going to be option A. I can directly eliminate option B and option C by seeing that area of PQR is greater than the area of PST. And if you see, this is, in this, area of PST is greater than area of PQR. That's not possible, right? So B and C definitely cannot be the answers. And if you see, this area is less than half of the total area. So also this cannot be the answer. So answer of this question is going to be option A. That is also an approach. To solve the question. I can solve this question by using eliminating the option. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it say? Now it is the direction for question 5 and 6. Means we have to follow the same thing for this question and the next question. Okay. Okay. What does it say? So it says that information given, figure is given to us. Okay, fair enough. CE, that is 6. DF, that is 16. And it says that area of quadrilateral, this is a typing error, it should be square. Then find the area of ABCF. So it means we are talking about this area, ABCF. Okay, so what we can do, okay, and the total area is given to us as 100. Okay, so what is the area of quadrilateral ABCF? I can say that is equal to area of quadrilateral ABCD minus area of triangle DCF. Now, area of quadrilateral ABCD, that is given to us, that is 100, right? Now, what is the area of DCF? That is going to be half into 16 into 6. So that is going to be 100 minus 48. So this value comes out to be what? 52 centimeter. That is option B. And that's how we are going to get the answer. Okay. So this question number 5 is done. Now let's see question number 6. Does it use the same thing or we have something different? Okay. So, okay, it says that C is 6, FT is, okay. Now it says that FC is equal to CD. Okay, okay. So it means it says that this length is equal to this length. Now it is talking about what is the length of CD. CD, this length. Now question is talking about what is this length. Okay. So now what I can say, CDF is an isosceles triangle because this side and this side are equal. Right, so it is an isosceles triangle. So in isosceles triangle, if you draw a perpendicular from vertex to base, it bisects the triangle. Means this side must be equal to this side. Total side is given to us as 16. So, and this is a bisector. Point E is the bisector of this DF. So this length comes out to be 8. So I can say this is 6, this is 8, this is right angle triangle 90 degrees. So by using Pythagoras theorem, I can directly say it is going to be 10 only. So answer of this question is going to be option D. This was fairly easy. So just for this, you just need to remember the property of a triangle and which property, that is in isosceles triangle, If you draw the perpendicular, it always bisects the base and bisects the angle. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it says? Question number 7. Alok, Bharati, and Chanda. So basically, these are good names. A, B, C. Okay. So there are 3 people, A, B, and C. Okay. Bharati invests 2 times of what Chanda invests. Okay. Okay. So I like these kind of names where you get ABC or PQR or STU. So when every name starts with a different alphabet, I think the questions become very easy. The reading becomes very easy actually. So B invests 2 times of Chanda. Okay, so I am assuming that Chanda invests, C invests 1. Then Bharati invests what? Twice of this. Okay. And it Bharti invest 1/3 of what Alok invest. So Alok is investing 3 times of B. So what is the investment of Alok? That is 6. Okay. Now what is the ratio of investment? I could have taken x, 2x, 6x. It's fine. If you are taking 1, 2, and 6, again that's fine. So ratio of investment is what? Ratio of investment is equal to 6. So if I'm talking about A, B, and C, it is 6 is to 2 is to 1. What is the time period? Time period is same for everyone, right? So if time period is same for everyone, then ratio of investment is equal to ratio of profit, right? So what is the ratio of profit they are going to have? That is going to be 6 is to 1. Now, what question is talking about? What is the share of Alok? So, I need to divide 2880 in the ratio of 6 is to 2 is to 1. So, what is the Alok share? That is going to be 6 upon 6 plus 2 plus 1. That is 9 into 2880. Okay. So, this is going to be 2/3. So 2/3 of this value is going to be close to 1800, 1900 or something like this. So it is going to be option C. I don't need to calculate this value because there is no option that is close to 1900. Every option is very small. That is 1600, 1700. No, that can't be the answer, right? So the only possible option is going to be option C. That is 1920. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it says? Question number 8. Okay. So basically it says that sum of the first 5 terms of an AP. Okay. Okay. So I have first term is A, second term is A plus D, next term is A plus 2D. Okay. Next term is A plus 3D. Then next term is A plus 4D. Sum of 5 terms. So I'm writing like this, but the better way to write this, and sum is given, so better way to write this. This is a generic way that people do it, but I would prefer not to do it, right? So what I'm going to do, I am going to assume middle term is A. Then this side, I am going to have A minus D, A minus 2D. And this side, I am going to have A plus D and A plus 2D. So generally people write it like this, but in such kind of questions where sum is given, I don't think that's a good approach. So I'm going to write it like this. And the sum is given to us as 30. So if I'm going to add up all the numbers, what I'm going to get? I'm going to get 5A. 5A is equal to 30. Sorry, 30. So A comes out to be 6. So my middle number is 6. Then I have 6 minus D. Then I have 6 minus 2D. Then I have 6 plus D and 6 plus 2D. And this is what that is given to us. Now it says product of first and fifth term is 20. So if I multiply these two terms, A minus B into A plus B, so it comes out to be A square, that is 6 square minus 2D whole square. And this value is eventually equal to 20. Okay. So 36 minus 20, and that is equal to 4D square. So I can say that 4D square is equal to 16. Okay. So basically D square comes out to be what? 4. So D comes out to be either 2 or minus 2. Okay. Okay. Now, so if D is plus 2, I'm going to get some other answer. If D is minus 2, I'm going to get some other answer. Okay. Question is talking about 10th term. So basically there are two possible answers. And if you see, all the options have two possible answers. Now, which one D I need to pick? Should I pick 2 or should I pick minus 2? I am definitely going to pick 2. Why? Because if I am going to take D positive, then I am going to get, this is 6 minus 2D is what? 2, right? Then I have 4, then I have 6, then I have 8, then I have 10. So basically, why I am particularly going on this side, not I'm going to take minus 2. Why not? Because in negative, 3 options are same. In positive, all the options are distinct. So if I get one value right in the positive ones, it means I got the answer. I don't even need to calculate for the negative value. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to calculate only for positive ones. So I can say that this is the series for even numbers, right? This is a series for even numbers. And the question is talking about 10th term. I am not going to use any formula. Which is the 10th even number? That is going to be 20. Direct, my answer is going to be 20. And that's going to be my option B. I don't need to calculate anything in this question. Right? So always start when number of terms are odd. Always take the middle number as A, then go with minus D, then plus D, plus D. You are going to get the sum. The things will be easier for everyone. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it says? Okay. By what percent the area that can be grazed by a cow will increase if length of the rope to which cow is tied is increased to 30 meters from 20 meters? Okay, fair enough. So basically, let's say this is the point from where cow is tied. This is 20 meters. So basically, the cow can graze this whole circular area where radius is going to be 20. Now, what if length increases to 30? Now, this total area the cow can graze. Okay. So basically, we need to calculate the percentage difference in areas of the two circles. That's what question is talking about, right? So what is the area of a smaller circle? Let's say C1. That is pi into r square. So that is going to be 400 pi. What is the area of the bigger circle? That is going to be pi into 30 square. Or I can say 900 pi. What is the percentage increase we can see? So increase is 500 pi. Divide by initial area is 400 pi into 100. So this is cancelled out. So it comes out to be how much? 125%. Greater than 100%. So answer of this question is directly going to be option D. That's it. So in this question, whenever you get these kind of questions, try to make a figure and imagine more likely you are going to get the answer very easily. Okay. Now let's move on to the last question of this. Okay. What does it say? The participant of a congregation of 4 MNCs, multinational banks, JB Morgan, Citibank, Barclays, HSBC, having these delegates respectively were to attend an opera show. Their traveling arrangements were made by a travel agency that such that delegate members of 2 or more banks could not board the same cab. Okay. So every cab contains the people from the same bank. This is what question is talking about. And each cab accommodate the same number of delegate members. So find the minimum number of cabs. Okay. So basically what is going to happen, how we are going to think of this question. Okay. So if I have to think in this question, I need to understand what exactly question is talking about. Question is saying that each cab has same number of people and the people from 2 bank cannot be in the same bank, in same cab, and I need to minimize the cabs. Okay. So if I need to minimize the cabs, I need to maximize the number of people in a cab. Right. So and equal number of people should be there. So it means, let's say every cab has n people, right? So, and it has equal number of people from each bank. So it means n should be a factor of 24, n should be a factor of 32, n should be a factor of 44, n should be a factor of 12. So which is the largest common factor among all those? That's what question is talking about, right? So largest factor of 24, 32, 44 and 12 is actually going to be 4. So in every cab, there are going to be n people. So for JP Morgan, how many cabs are required? 6. For Citibank, how many cabs are required? 8. For Barclays, how many cabs are required? 11. For HSBC, how many cabs are required? 3. So basically, what is the total number of cabs I'm going to need? So 6 plus 8, 14, 14 plus 14, 28, and that's the answer. So this is a very standard question of HCF. You are going to see similar type of questions a lot in the exam. So next time onwards, when you are going to solve these kind of questions, please be careful. And with this, I conclude this session. And anyone has any doubt or any issues, just drop a message in the comment box and we'll take the query. Okay. Thank you.